You're probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, you see, every now and then I just gotta give the old eye marbles a big old scrub in here after I see something like this. I am so sorry if you were eating. Now imagine you're browsing the eShop, just seeing what's new and seeing if there's a game you might possibly want to buy. And then this pops up. Now most people would flee, but not me. See, I bought Fellowship of the Ring for the PS2 at full price when I was a kid, and then the Game Boy version. So seeing this game had me intrigued, and after reading this description, I had no choice but to buy the game. You have to know Superman and his supernatural powers, Batman, who's speeding through the streets of Gotham in his Batmobile, or Spider-Man, who jumps on blocks without any problems. Okay, time out already. First off, Superman, supernatural powers. He's an alien. It's not supernatural. It's because of Earth's sun, but you know, whatever. There's also Batman, who apparently is only known for his Batmobile and not his wealth, intellect, being the world's greatest detective, all the gadgets. And then Spider-Man, known for jumping on blocks without any problem. Not the web slinging or the fact that he's a freaking Spider-Man. I digress. Let's continue on. So meet SuperMoose. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't jump on blocks. In fact, he's afraid of heights. He doesn't even have a beautiful, beloved one. He's just a moose, but not so ordinary. Maybe he don't know karate, Muay Thai, or Jiu-Jitsu, but he has a huge heart. When someone needs help in the woods, he's the first to run away. So far, the forest lived peacefully. There was no indication of the upcoming tragedy. The company engaged in construction of houses, wanted to take over the forest and cut it out completely, depriving animals of their natural home, and build blocks of flats. Animals are not too happy. Someone wants to evict them without leaving anything in return. Everyone is panicking. They don't know what to do. Is there someone who can help them? It seems there's only one animal that didn't show any sign of fear. It's SuperMoose, but not because he's so brave. He just went asleep and missed the whole ruckus. Now he has to stop people before they damage the forest. Animals cannot lose their natural environment. All hope lies in the hands or hoofs of SuperMoose. Now, if that amazing description has not already sold you on this game, check out these sweet features that come along with it. The game honors the best old casual games. 6 levels with various tasks. Caricature cartoon characters. Your character has a lot of skills like real superhero. Use them to carry out their missions. I believe you mean your missions? Or are you talking about the character you play as in the third person? Explore the colorful world and have fun. Again, not a feature of the game, but something that you just do with the game. It's not really a bullet point selling it. Any game you can explore and have fun with, although fun is a relative term when it's coming to this game. Now, anybody who's interested in game design or creating your own games, take note here. This is not how you grab people's attention, making them want to play your game. Okay, let's see here. We've got a squirrel that looks like he's ready to start some beef. We've got a shed that I would never go into any time of the day. And a pair of empty boots just walking in place, going nowhere. It's a metaphor for you playing this game. Okay, well, enough stalling. Let's go ahead and hop into the game and see what SuperMoose is all about. And stop right there. Okay, now I'm no moose expert, but I don't think they look exactly like this. And oh yeah, they don't have giant f***ing hands. Just why? Why make this opening? At what point did the artist not stop and look at this and be like, hey, I don't know if opening on the moose with the giant sausage fingers is the best way to start this game. Maybe we could redesign this. But you know what? Maybe it gets better. I'll go ahead and we'll give another shot. Will get better, it does not. After a few more horrifying images of this moose float around, we finally come to the gameplay. If you ever wanted to play a game where a creepy nightmare moose stares you down, well guess what? Now you can. Starting off with the game, one of my huge gripes with it, honestly, is that you can't use the Pro Controller with it. You have to use Joy-Cons. There's no motion controls or any reason for you to have to use Joy-Cons. It just seems like they were lazy and didn't want to program that extra bit in, I guess. Or maybe they just didn't know how. Oh yeah, the game also has tank controls. Tank controls on a platforming game made in 2021. Oh, I also forgot to mention you have a fly that follows you around the entire time. Doesn't do anything, doesn't help out, just says the 3 same things over and over again. And every time it talks, this pops up. I hate you. Honestly, this game kinda already mentally broke me at this point. I'm not gonna lie, just to start it up and have all this already happen, I was already just kinda like, what did I get myself into? And apparently my Switch felt the same way because it broke too. The controller just stopped reading, and it's not just my Joy-Cons. I've played with my Joy-Cons on other games since then. The game just intermittently just stops connecting to the Joy-Cons. Why? This game is just garbage. Why did Nintendo allow this? But let's discuss the actual gameplay. So moving along in the first level, you come across this abomination who tells you her son has run away. And I don't blame the kid. If this was what my mom looked like too, I'd be itching to get out of the house any moment I could. So it's off to find the kid, and I'm walking on water. They did not program this water to work correctly at all. You just get to be Moose Jesus here. And apparently water makes dust. Sure, why not? Finally we come across the kid and, oh god, get it off of me! Get it off of me! Oh, and I probably should mention too that there's these apples everywhere. They really don't do anything. Like, they fill your health up a little bit, but so do the berry bushes, and they fill your health more. So I don't really know the point of these apples. They're just kinda everywhere. And even at that, like, your life doesn't matter that much. There's checkpoints literally like every 3 steps you're coming across the checkpoint, whether you're actually doing something or not. So when you die, you just get full health back at that checkpoint. So I don't really understand what was going on with this. But after scraping the kid off of our back, we run into the general who lets us know that we have to get ammo for the war. And we need to go grab pine cones for the ammo. Sure, okay. The thing I don't get, though, is that we're getting pine cones while other squirrels are throwing pine cones at us. I thought we were fighting the people deforesting the forest, not other animals. Taking back the pine cones to the general, we then come across a bird with a beard who tells us that he needs some help, and I'm just going to take some time to guess that the person who created these models has never actually seen real animals in life. They just got some people to describe what they've seen around in the forest and then just kind of designed around that, taking some creative freedom. That's how this happened, I'd have to imagine. I don't think that somebody actually looked at a bird, made this, and was like, I nailed that. But anyways, Birdbeard here is telling us that a bunch of animals are now trapped in cages and we have to go save them. And I guess now would be a good time to talk about the attack you have in this game. You rip the horn from your head, smash something with it, then slam it back onto your canoodle. Because, you know, when I think about moose attacking, I'm like, oh yes, they must viscerally rip their horn from their head to attack. They don't, I don't know, put their head down and ram things, or have giant freaking hoofs that can smash people, or even we're playing a game about a super-powered moose that might have a super punch because he's got human hands. No, let's have him rip his horns from his head. Oh, and you know what's even better than that? This sound effect that plays every time you hit a cage. Yeah, I didn't distort that or anything. That's actually how the game sound is. And you get to hear that 25 times for the cages, and every single time you hit an enemy. There is one positive I can say about this game. The bass riff for the soundtrack on level 4 is actually pretty good. Now, I don't know if this is like Stockholm Syndrome from this game. There's so much crap inundating me that something that isn't that crappy sounds good to me, but I actually kind of ended up digging this song for the soundtrack. It's the one thing that's like, not bad. That was pretty good. However, you don't get to hear much of it when the world's craziest man is trying to run you over with his truck, sounding like this. You know how normal people sound when they drive. Oh, and this level is just the worst. Guess how long it is. Just guess. 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes long of you just running from this truck, half the time nothing happening. And you know those checkpoints that were like everywhere in the game? No checkpoint here. So I got about 5 minutes through this level the first time and was like, this game's pretty buggy. I bet I broke it. Maybe I should see if this truck is gonna hit me or there's something going on. It hit me, had to restart the whole level and run for 8 minutes. Why? But after that, we're on to the spooky forest, which is just a forest at night that's raining. There's no different music that's spooky sounding here, no different enemies, just a raining dark forest, that's all. Kind of seems peaceful to me at this point, if it wasn't this game. There's this one section of the level where you come to these little islands you either have to hop or fly across. However, half the time when you fly, it doesn't read that you're flying and you just fall to the ground. Sometimes you fly over, sometimes you don't. It's just a buggy mess, but hey, at least that's not as bad as when the whole game just flipped upside down for me for no reason. Wait a minute, I thought I was playing SuperMoose, not Cyberpunk. Oh my god, never mind, these woods are terrifying. What the f*** is that? Oh, and you just stand there and kill him. That's all you gotta do, he does nothing back. Once the morning comes, you run through the woods a bit more, find a tractor, rip out your horns a bit more, and just punch the tractor to death. And I got a black screen. Did I win? Am I dead? Please say I'm dead and I don't have to play this game anymore. Maybe it just deleted itself off my Switch and I got my money back. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, let's try this again. Once more, fight the tractor, and I won? Okay, let's see here. We can either play as Rigor Mortis Bird or this bird who has clearly seen some things. And for anybody who's ever wanted to play a game where you're a bird who just takes poops on people, got good news for you. It exists. Bad news, you have to play through SuperMoose in order to play this game. After you defecate on enough people, you're greeted with the hearty congratulations, you won, and a sense of despair. Also, why didn't they lead with the birds who take poops on people? I don't really see why that wasn't their first play. Especially too, when they first saw the moose who's ripping out his horns with his giant sausage fingers. If that didn't scare them away, I don't know why they decided to let him continue to run through the woods. I think the birds could have handled this no problem, and the moose could have stayed far, far away from my nightmares. Creeper Moose then slides up on your screen once more and reaches out to you through your screen in a way that gives me all the worst feelings in the world. And then, oh god, I just don't think this is gonna work. Like, I don't think soap's gonna do it.